we know we cannot have tax relief until we have tax fairness. And in Westchester County, we have just such an imbalance. And this started out for me from my very first budget in 2007, when I voted for a budget at a level which was around 3%, that turned out to be 24% of the county tax increase in the city of Yonkers. And we said, you know what, we're gonna work together and we're gonna fix this problem. And today, we're going the path of that result. You know, this was an effort, and I appreciate all the hard work, all the volunteers, and no one is getting any additional compensation from this, from the collaborative assessment group, to come together with a strategy that we can implement for Westchester County. Now, what we did from the county's perspective was start some of the effort, because the question always gets to be who's gonna pay for it. And whether it was County Executive Spano or County Executive Astorino, that question has been the same, like, who's gonna pay for this? Well, the truth is, we're all paying for it now. So we know that we have to work together in coming to this, and what the county was able to do from our efforts, working with the collaborative assessment team, was put some things in place, which was first, the aerial data that you all have had done, and the street level data. And for those municipalities that had already gone through the process, we arranged for a scenario where they would be reimbursed for the expenses that they had for the street level photography at the cost we would have paid. So again, thinking of out of the box just a little bit on how to get to a place where we can have tax fairness. Then we can deal with the tax relief.
And this is very important. We have to believe this and we have to implement it. There is no tax relief until there is tax fairness. What that means is that within the same town, that a property and a property over here and a property over there that are worth the same amount should be assessed in the same way. It's elementary. It's not happening. And if we don't do that, then we can't go anywhere. So how do you get the assessments to jive? And the answer is you have to gather data. Data can be gathered in any number of ways. The property record cards in the various municipalities have some data, but very often it's outdated. The real estate industry has a great deal of data, but it's not applied. And so what we thought was, let's get the data together, make it available to every assessor in every single city, and bring those resources together with aerial photography, from which now we are able to pull all sorts of information that's not written on the rooftop, but is in fact there. And photo interpretation gets us a long way. And if combined with that, we are able to provide a floor for the local assessors to do their job in such a way that a program could work out whereby we get to the point where these two parcels of property are going to in fact be assessed the same and therefore taxed the same. It's a very simple but very complicated process. Very simple, complex process to say, it's a very complicated process to implement. It is so important that the elected officials who are gathered here and are sitting among you buy into this because you want to see it happen. Not because somebody puts a gun to your head, and not buy in because somebody else puts a gun to your head. You're elected to do the right thing, just as we are. We want to work together. We have provided some of the tools, and now it's a matter of taking it to your board members, to the public, to everyone, to the business community, and saying, here's an opportunity to get it right.
Every year, all of the taxing jurisdictions, the schools, the municipalities, and the county return in refunds only about $55 million. That does not count the amount that's spent on defending the values, going to court, getting the appraisals done. We could not quantify that, but it could be an equal amount of $55 million. That's $110 million a year just thrown out the window on making refunds and defending the values. We think the system that we're recommending here will considerably improve the assessment quality and practices, where the challenges will go way down.
We have to get to the place, for all of us, that are under so much pressure to provide tax relief to the people of Westchester County in every municipality. We have to get this thing equalized, and that's through this particular process.
Westchester County has in its budget approximately $12.5 million to pay back people who were overtaxed 1, 2, or 3 years ago. In other words, you and I are being taxed in order to pay back money that we overtaxed somebody else. This is a definition of insanity, is it not? Because we took the money from them, now we're taking money from other people to give back to them. How in the world can you keep this up? And the answer is you can't.